Hi everyone, this is Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a patient who attended with dead skin that was collecting and forming within their ear canals. And this is their right ear. This is the worst ear out of the two. This ear is fully occluding, whereas their left ear, I would say, it was semi-occluding because we were able to partially visualize their eardrum. And this dead skin has just failed to migrate out of our ears. Now, all of our ear canals and the outermost layer of the eardrum, the lateral layer, is lined with a layer of skin. And our ears have evolved over millennia to self-eject and remove the dead skin as it dies and sheds. And we call that the epithelial migration. If our ears weren't able to do this, then all of our ears will be blocked like this patient. It would be within a 12-month period, very likely all of our ears will be full of dead skin because it's died and it's shedded and it's just fallen into the ear. And so all of our ears will need to be cleaned. So our ear is kind of a unique cavity in the ear. It's the only skin-lined cul-de-sac in the ear. So it has to be able to self-cleanse itself because if not, this is the consequence. Our ears will be full of dead skin. So as the skin dies and sheds in the ear, it moves sideways like a conveyor belt. And the process can take up to 10 months or thereabouts completely before any dead skin on the eardrum is then finally, once died and shedded, itself migrated out of the ear. So the rate of migration is probably around 1.5 millimeters to 3 millimeters a month. It's comparable to the growth of our fingernails, actually. And interestingly, our fingernails is also made up of keratin, as is the outermost layer of skin in the ear. It's made up of keratin. So keratin is a protein, and in the case of the ear, this keratin forms once the skin cell has died. So once the skin cell has died, all the intracellular fluid vacates the skin cell. All the organelles within the skin cells also then die and disappear and decompose. And then protein called keratin is formed within the skin cells. Protein is a very useful protein for skin cells because it has got hydrophobic properties. It helps repel water. Water, in the case of the ear, it can lead to an ear infection called swimmer's ear. And in addition, keratin has got anti-UV properties, so it helps to reflect harmful UV rays from the sun. So it has got very useful properties. And what I'm doing here, after I removed that big plug of dead skin, I was just peeling away the next layer of dead skin that was forming in the patient's ear canal. And I used a bit of olive oil just to help soften that skin so it's easier for me to remove. We're moving on to their left ear. And with dead skin, it normally comes away in ribbons. You can see this long sheet ribbon of skin, and it has got this natural folds within the dead skin. So quite often dead skin, because it can fold upon itself, when you remove dead skin from the ear, it can be a substantial amount, more than what you would expect when you evaluate the size of the patient's ear canal. And that's just because, as I said, the skin can fold upon itself and compact into the ear. So I'm just using a bit of medical grade olive oil just to soften the skin just a bit more for me, just to help the process. And I'm using the fine end suction probe, and the skin is quite adhesive, so I'm just going up and down just to try to detach it from the ear canal. And you can see a bit further into the ear canal, they've got a big plug of dead skin. It looks like earwax, but it's not. It's just matured and oxidized dead skin that has formed into a plug. So I'm just removing that first, and then we're going to go back and remove some more dead skin. We can see the eardrum now, and I'm just rocking it upwards and downwards. The eardrum is intact, which is great. Now this patient is going to have this procedure done on a regular basis. You can just tell by this next layer of skin that's failing to self-migrate. You can see the skin has died and it's shedded, but it's just failed to come away naturally from the ear. So it could be a 12 monthly annual appointment that they need. Otherwise, their ear will be full of dead skin again, and they won't be able to hear. And I'm just going to try and get a bit more skin out the way for them. When you're removing dead skin, it can sometimes cause a bit of blistering as you are peeling it off the surface of the ear canal. And we're just going to be careful that it doesn't clarinet. Dead skin, it can get trapped at the tip of the sucker and violently flap and emit a loud high frequency squeal. So managed to remove most of the dead skin from both their ears. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, and speak soon. Bye.